Hi, welcome. Today I have lots of plants that I need to plant. I don't think we're going to get everything planted, but I definitely want to at least accomplish planting 2 trees in containers. The first one I have down here is a dwarf mango tree. It is called Ice Cream is the variety, and it is a dwarf or condo mango. So it tops out at 6 feet, and it's supposed to be good for containers because it does stay small. So I am really excited about that. Oh, it's also supposed to be self-pollinating, of course. So I'm going to plant that up in a container, as well as back there in that bigger black nursery pot, a dwarf avocado tree, the little Cado, Wurtz little Cado, avocado. So both of those are dwarf trees that can go in containers, and I have 2 very large containers to put them in. So I have a huge native tree back here that we are planning to prune up quite a bit. A lot of the inside is dead, and we just don't want anything that points down. Right now, these do get sun. They take turns depending on what time of day it is. Obviously, one side gets sun in the afternoon and the other in the morning. But it will get even more sun once we prune. This is where I've got all my trees and pots lined up. I have 2 others that I can get 2 other trees of later. But today we just have 2 trees to plant. Start with this one over here in the shade because that sounds nice, and that one over there in the sun is future Sydney's problem. But I need to add some drainage holes. So I've got a drill here with a thick drill bit. I don't know what size this is. I just looked at it by eye and was like, yeah, that'll make a good drain hole. So I'm definitely gonna punch in a bunch, since neither of these trees are going to be wanting to sit in water for sure. The bottom of this pot does have some holes already placed around with like a little picture of the drill telling you can knock them out there. I'm going to be doing as many as possible. This is a nice big pot, so it can definitely hang on to a lot of water. That citrus tree, I had only done like the hole it came with and maybe 1 or 2 extra ones, and all of a sudden the tree was looking rough and it was dropping its fruit again. So I was like, what is wrong with this? And there was just enough water to where if I tipped it over, water was pouring out, and they only get watered once a week with drip irrigation. So that was crazy. I'm definitely going to be adding lots of holes. Added a second hole right here because I actually noticed that there was this little indentation right here that I will be using to put my little drip irrigation tube in there. And I guess this one right here was perfectly aligned. I could have used that one, but I noticed this one first before I noticed the other ones and just made another little hole. So I've got some soil in that container right there. I did buy, when I only had the avocado tree before I had the mango tree, I had some potting soil that's for citrus, palm, and avocado that doesn't like to be too wet. So I think I'm going to split that up half and half between these 2 trees. I was not expecting this to not have a altogether root ball. I found this one on Etsy, so I did not get this from like Home Depot or anything like that. So this must be pretty young, and I hope I didn't do too much damage right now, completely breaking up the root ball. That was crazy. I'm reusing a piece of drip from a container that was in here. So that container was smaller. This isn't forming a full ring. I think I'm going to leave it because, like I said, this tree, the roots are really small right now. So I don't think it's going to need all that much water. I can always come in here and easily switch that out later. And then I also, at the end, when I get the other tree planted, will run this just to make sure. I looked at all the drippers. They look good. They don't look crusted with hard water. But once I get both trees planted, I will run a test run of the system really quick before I add my mulch to make sure that these are all still dripping, especially since this isn't covering the full container right now. I don't like that stake that it has in there and how constricted it is. So I'm going to take that out and change it to 2 bamboo stakes with some twine like that instead. All done. I'm just going to test this strip. This one here is brand new, so those will be working, but I need to test that first tree, the mango that we planted, since I reused drip on that. So I'm going to do that really quick and then I'll come back. It's been a long time. I had to relax a little bit, get some water, clean up my mess, and then I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't wrap this video up. So I'm going to do something else that I've been needing to do, and I'm going to separate out these strawberries here. They are making, well, it says on this label, no need to transplant and grow right in here, but I just don't believe them. And it's making strawberries. We're about to be very, very hot soon. So I want to get these in a better condition to hopefully survive. So these make red flowers. Super pretty. It's an everbearing. It seems like everywhere I turn, I can only ever find ever-bearing strawberries here. I want some June-bearing, gosh dang it, but I do have 2 green stalks that when I bought them, the intention was to fill them completely with strawberries, plus 2 raised beds where I have strawberries, so I have plenty of space to try other things. So let's separate these out. I have definitely noticed, well, at least in my experience, that strawberries are, as far as transplanting, they're pretty tough. They can succumb to our heat, but like, I feel these are going to be okay. So I'm just separating these out as gently as I can, but as you saw, the whole thing was kind of rooted in, so. There we go. I think that's accurate. I don't believe it. Oh my goodness, do you see that? They had so many strawberries growing in there together. Oops. I broke that off. Maybe I'll pop this up inside and see what happens with that. Instead of breaking these off, especially because this one has a strawberry growing on it, I am going to just try to get the one. And pot it up inside. So the sun is literally setting, and I'm gonna run out of light before I can finish planting these. I have 2 strawberries left, so off camera I'm gonna pop those into my second green stalk. That green stalk over there in the front, I'm gonna pop those last 2 over there and pot up these little ones, and that's gonna do it for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye-bye.